Every 4 years, the world comes together to celebrate the pinnacle of athletic achievement. From its ancient roots to the modern-day spectacle, the Olympics have evolved into a global phenomenon that unites nations. This is All Request History. Hit that subscribe button, put a request in the comments on the topic you're curious about, and it could be the next video. This week, we take a look at the history of the Summer Olympics. The origins of the Olympics can be traced back to ancient Greece in 776 BCE. They started as sports competitions for entertainment, held in an arena called the Sanctuary of Zeus, located on Mount Olympos. This was the highest location in all of Greece, and it was named for Zeus, the greatest of all Greek gods. The competition was held every 4 years for close to 12 centuries. They were commonly referred to as the Olympic Games. These games were usually running, discus throw, javelin, chariot race, boxing, and wrestling. Question: what was the most decorated Olympian of all time? The answer is coming up. Now, most of the ancient traditions faded over time, but the spirit of the Olympics was revived in the late 19th century. French educator Pierre de Coubertin spearheaded the revival, leading the first modern Olympic Games in Athens in 1896. The first competition of Winter Games didn't take place until 1924, so until then, all these events were simply just called the Olympic Games. The early games from this Mount Olympos hosted athletes from distant parts of the Greek region. In the 20th century revival, they invited competitors from every nation. The first of these revived or more modern Olympic Games took place in 1924. It hosted 14 nations, marking the beginning of this new era in international sports. The Olympics saw challenges throughout its history. In 1904, the Games in St. Louis were overshadowed by the enormous World's Fair, leading to low international participation. The 1916 Games were canceled due to World War I, and both the 1940 and 44 Games were canceled because of World War II. In 1924, the popularity of winter sports was increasing. There was an event held in Chamonix, Mont Blanc, France, called International Winter Sports Week. It was later referred to as the first Winter Olympic Games. It was popular enough to be added to the 4-year rotation. The post-war era, however, saw the Olympics become a symbol of hope and unity. The 1948 London Games, known as the Austerity Games, were the first to be broadcast on television. Austerity meaning simple, straightforward, and no frills. Now here are some Olympic fun facts. There is a recorded history that early on the Spartans, they ran the 600-foot race naked as part of their tradition. A popular early competition was called pancaration, a combination of boxing, wrestling, and kicking. There were only 2 restrictions for this no rules bout. 1, no biting. 2, no eye gouging. Everything else was allowed. Popular athletes came up with nicknames to reflect their style or characters. The most famous was a fighter named Agretas Daktion, which is Greek for fingertips. Yep, he broke as many fingertips of his opponents as he possibly could. The Winter and Summer Games ran in tandem for every 4 years until 1992. In 1994, the Winter Games took place, and then the Summer Games in 96. This math continued all the way up until 2020, where the Games were postponed, like most things in 2020, because of the worldwide pandemic of the coronavirus. As the Games grew throughout the 20th century, they became a platform for showcasing international sports talent and celebrating cultural diversity. Still not free from controversy, the Cold War brought political tensions to the Olympics. The 1980 Moscow Games were boycotted because of causing tensions, while the 1984 Los Angeles Games saw a boycott from the Soviet Union. Despite these challenges, the Olympics remained a stage for unforgettable performances and historic moments. Today, the Summer Olympics are more inclusive and diverse than ever before. The Games have seen the addition of new sports and have become a platform for promoting gender equality and social justice. In 2024, we can look for new sporting additions like breakdance competition, surfing, skateboarding, kayaking, and sport climbing. With each edition, the Olympics continue to inspire and unite people worldwide. They have made athletes household names like Jesse Owens, Carl Lewis, flo-jo Florence Griffith Joyner, and Mark Spitz. This year, we're being introduced to future household names like Simone Biles, Katie Ledecky, and Gabby Thomas. And to answer our earlier question, who is the most decorated Olympic athlete of all time? That would be Michael Phelps, with 2 bronze medals, 3 silver medals, and 23 gold medals. From ancient Greece to the modern-day global stage, the Summer Olympics have brought us the constant variety of sport, even the agony of defeat, and everything from the parades to the pageantry.